Hello. So I was about to put together some chicken pot pie for supper, dinner, whatever you want to call it. And this is a very amateur video, so don't expect anything professional. But I thought, why not share? So I'm going to show you how I make a very fast, very easy, and tasty chicken pot pie. Okay? Okay. Here we go. Here's my dish. I use peas and carrots, chicken broth, can of cream of chicken, and then yes, I use canned chicken, and it does not taste that bad. It tastes pretty good. So what I do is I empty the cream of chicken into a bowl. Right there it is. And then I'm going to put about this much chicken broth, which is about a fourth of a can, fourth of a cup, something like that. Fourth of a can, not a fourth of a cup. All right. Okay, see, put the chicken broth, opened it up, poured it in, put about that much, and then you're gonna mix it up. And most of the time, I just use a fork. I just mix it up until it's really well blended together. I do this first because I found out that I can just do everything in one bowl and then pour it into the dish. You don't have to do it that way. That's just the easy way. Also, you can make this as runny or as creamy as you want. I like mine a little in between. So there it is, blended together. Now I'm gonna open up my chicken, and I'll probably put it in here and then just separate the pieces out. And I'll put my peas and carrots in the bowl with this, stir it up a little bit, and then pour it over the chicken. Oh yeah, drain your peas and carrots. By the way, probably half of this video is going to sound terrible because this phone is whacked out. Anyway, so I put my peas and carrots in the bowl, and I've got my chicken in the pan. I'll show you what it's like. Here we go. And all I do is I just stir it up a little bit, mix it up, so it's well blended. Nothing fancy, folks. This is real simple. All right. And then I got my chicken over here. I'll just kind of separate the pieces, make them smaller. Good enough. Some people like big chunks. I don't. I don't like chunky food. Not always. Sometimes. Anyway. All right. There it is, right there. Now, I just take this and I pour it over the chicken. Yeah. Hang on. Okay. So now I just kind of blend it together a little bit so that it goes all the way through the chicken. You probably don't have to do this because it'll probably cook down into it anyway, but I always do it. Here's another note. I don't add any salt to this. I don't like to cook with a lot of salt just because. And the chicken, since it's canned chicken, it already has a lot of salt in it, so it's really not necessary. So I just add crushed pepper, and I'm gonna do that now. Okay, I added the crushed pepper to it, and I just kind of mixed it up so that it's, you know, in there. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a cup of self-rising flour and a cup of milk in a bowl, and I'm gonna mix it up. And another reason why I like this recipe is because I use one bowl for everything. I just wash it out and then I reuse it because I don't need more than one bowl. And then I'll tell you what I do after that. Okay, I clean my bowl. I just put a cup of self-rising flour and a cup of milk. And then I take my fork. Y'all, I'm old school or whatever. But take my fork and I stir it together till it's well blended. It'll be a little lumpy looking, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. And you'll see why. So I'm gonna do this and I'll be back. Okay, it's stirred up. Like I said, it's gonna look a little lumpy, but it's not a big deal. And you see all those bubbles and stuff. But I'm going to add a half a stick of butter. I used to make it with a full stick, but I don't really like a whole lot of butter. So, and I'll probably get flack for this, but I just melted in the microwave. So I'm gonna do that. Got my crust, which is the self-rising flour in the milk. I melted my butter. I did it 25 seconds first, and then I added 10 more seconds because it wasn't fully melted. And then I just pour it in. And I like to let it drip. Waste not, want not, right? Anyway, mix it up. And you're gonna see that it's gonna change the consistency of the crust. It'll get a little bit more smoother looking. And you'll be able to tell when you've got it really well blended. And if all the lumps don't go away, it doesn't matter. I promise. I've done this a bazillion times. It does not make that big of a difference. You won't be able to tell. Okay, see, it's blended in. See how smooth it looks now? Isn't that crazy? Okay, after I get it really well blended, which I think that is. Sorry that I'm shaking it like crazy. Then I pour this over the top. This does not make like a pie crust type crust, obviously. It makes more of like a bread-like crust. But I kid you not, this is one of my husband's favorite dishes that I make, which I'm not sure what that says about my cooking, but he loves it. So if he loves it, I'm gonna make it. It's really easy. I do cook better than this, I promise. Also, I forgot to say that I preheated my oven to 375 degrees. You can do it at 350 too. It just takes a little longer to cook it. All you're gonna do is cook it until it gets golden brown and looks done. I'm not a pro, not a professional here. So yeah, mine's set at 375, and I'm gonna cook it until the crust rises and browns. Another thing that I was gonna mention is that I've made this a bazillion times and it never comes out exactly the same because I just kind of wing it. I throw it together and it doesn't hurt my feelings if it's not the same every time. As long as it tastes good, that's all that matters to me. Sometimes the crust will be more bready and thicker, and sometimes it'll be more runny. Not runny, but when I pour it on, it's more runny. But when you bake it, it still is bready, but it's a different kind of bready. More like a crusty bready. So I don't stress out about that kind of stuff. If you stress out about that kind of stuff, you probably don't want to make this recipe. I poured the crust down. I'll show you what it looks like. Here it is. This is what it looks like when you've got it all poured on. I try to let it spread out everywhere. Now I'm going to pop this in the oven until it rises and browns. And I'll show you what that looks like later. I thought I'd show you. These are my dirty dishes from making this. I think that's awesome. Maybe I'm weird, but that's cool to me. Okay, it's been baking for about 50 minutes and it's still not done. It's been baking at 375. I put it on 30 minutes, then I put it on 10 minutes, then I put it on a few more. So it's very close to being finished. Okay, you can tell that it's kind of browning up a little bit. Just a few more. Okay, I just took the chicken pot pie out. It took about 55 minutes to bake. Here it is. It's still a little pale in the center, but it's cooked enough. It's cooked through. And that's what it looks like when it's done. I don't know why this happened, but it doesn't matter. It's still going to taste good. So that's what it looks like when it's finished. Now I'll probably let it cool for just a little bit and serve it up. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that it helps someone make a very quick, yummy dinner.